Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel, and today we are going to be carrying on with our Canny Valley AFK endurance build series. Now if you have missed any of the videos in this series, then do check the playlist. It will be linked in the description down below, and it will cover all of the amplifiers and all of the AFK builds for them. So today we are going to be working on which is going to be the East amplifier. In my case it is amplifier C, but if you have placed yours in a different order, then you may have a different letter to it, but it is the one directly to the east of your map. Now for this one then, they are going to spawn from both the north and from the east. So what we will do today is we are going to go through the north spawns and get those covered off. So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to get all the way over to here. Now in case you were missed that video, all of this lot under here I did cover in the last video, which will be for amplifier A. So all of this lot here, all of these three walls initially will already be in place. And if I can just get back through, okay, so they will already be there, these will already be there, and all these structures up here as well will be there. So what we need to do first of all is we are going to need to get underneath here, because this is the walls that have got our wall launchers on and our sound wall traps. So if you start at this corner piece here, and what we'll do is we'll be facing towards the east, and now all of this lot will not be here, so let me get that up there. So we will be right down on the floor down here, and that structure will be in place already. So on your left hand side of you here, against this wall, you will be placing a wall piece. And then if you then turn and face the east, what you are going to do is you are going to place two floor pieces straight down in front of you like this, and you will then edit them so that they will look like this. And get that one over there as well, there we go. So they will look like that. And behind you then, on your right hand side here, you will place two singular walls in there as well. Once you have got those in place, let me get that out of the way. Once you have got these two walls in place as well, and the two floor pieces, then you are going to add in two edited cones. Now the first one here, that is going to be pointing towards your northeast. This second tile one then is going to be pointing to the northwest, so that it will make this shape. Once you have done that, then on top of both of these two squares, you will just place a normal standard floor piece to them. So that will cover these first two structures. So from this point here, let's see, it's turned back to the east. So from this square here, these two now are done and finished. So if you move over to your right down here, and under here you are going to have two more floor pieces which will be edited to this direction. So they will be pointing to your north and edited like that. Behind here, you don't need any structure in there. You don't need to place a wall in there at all. Now, once you have done that, then you're going to have exactly the same as you did on those ones in front. You will have your first cone edited to the northeast, and your second cone over here will be edited to the northwest. Once those two are done, place a wall in that square there, just to make sure that nothing can get through over there at all, because there is another structure over there which we will go to in a second. And place two walls along the back to square it all off. Once that is done, you are going to place two more floor pieces on top of that. So just so we know where we've got to, I'm going to place these here, just so we know those pieces are done. Now on the end over here, all you are going to have here is you've placed that wall already. So if you place a wall on this side, you don't need to worry about that side or that side over there. Now on the floor again, you're going to have a edited floor piece again pointing to the north, and you will have your edited cone which will be pointing to the northwest. So that will fill that row, and just place a floor piece then over the top so that that is done as well. So that's just to these pieces just to let you know where you have got to. So from this square we're going to move forward one, and under here you are not going to have any floor pieces at all. There will be nothing under here at all. This is all going to be empty, because when you do get your waves with the lava, you will get a lava wave and you will get the lava around this spot. So there is no point making any structures underneath down there, because they would just get destroyed. So from this point here then, you will just place a floor piece down at this height. And if you go forward and turn then to your west, and you will place another one and then another one, and you will place a last one over this ramp here as well. Once this one has been placed, you can then place your cone on top of it. All of these structures in here, they would already have been covered on the other video, so you don't need to worry about those. So that then will fill this line here. So from this square then, pointing to our south, now under these cones we are going to have a flat floor piece here as well. So you are going to place one floor piece, and then two floor pieces, and then three floor pieces. And then on top of these last two here, you will place your cone, just a normal standard cone, because under there is a natural ramp, so we just want to block that off. So that will cover these three squares. Now from this square again, still facing towards the south, you are going to place a wall in front of you, and if you move to your left a square, you will place another wall, and that will cover this section along here. So back over to this square. Now we do have this natural bit of sort of rock here, so let me just get over here. Okay, so if you get round to this side of your wall, and what you are going to do then is you are going to place walls on the left and in front of you. You won't be well, you can place one there, but there's not really any point. And you are then going to have a edited cone which will be pointing to your northwest. You don't need to have any floor piece under that at all. Once you have done that, if you then move over to the next tile to your left, and you are going to repeat the same thing. You will have your edited cone pointing to your northwest, and you will surround it with walls, and that will be that section. So then if you move to your left again, now on this one you will have your edited cone which will be pointing to your northeast this time, and place wall around these sides, but you don't need to bother placing one here, because underneath this is pretty much empty, so they are not going to be getting up to that point. The only reason that we do have these floor pieces here is just to make sure that if anything was to actually get along and get through any of the block off, then they won't be able to stand underneath and just lob straight up. They will have to actually break through all of these structures to actually get anywhere. So that's the only reason that you do have this floor set here. So from this square here, if we then move forward into this spot, and on this spot no edited floor again, but you will have your edited cone pointing to the northeast, and again surrounded in walls. Once that is done, if you then move to your right to this square, and this one then will have no floor piece again, edited cone pointing to the northwest, and again surrounded in walls. And one more over to your right, and again identical, no floor piece, edited cone to the northwest. You won't be able to place a structure in that one, so just leave that one blank and place a wall then in front of you, because that one will already be in there. So from there, if you then move forward into this square, now on this one we are going to have a edited floor, and this is going to run along the two squares here as well. So you will have your edited floor, which will look like that, pointing to the north, and your edited cone towards the northeast, and place a wall there and a wall on that one. So from here, if you move over to your left and place a wall there and a wall there, you are going to have your edited floor piece again towards the north, and your edited cone to the northwest, and that will finish your block off, which will fetch you pretty much up to the corner of the amplifier. So that will be the block off on there, and everything from this side. So let's get round here, and we'll just get round to this side. Okay, right. Now for this one then, our spawns mainly will be the same sort of places as they would be for your amplifier over that direction, over the west. So they will spawn majority of the time around here, around this spot. You will get spawns around here as well. I don't know actually in these waves if they spawn up on these ones at all, but these are all built up anyway from our other amplified build. So we've covered everything out there in the other builds, so our defenses here will start at this spot here. Now this sound wall, that will already be in there from previous builds. So if you step in to this point just at the bottom of this this natural ramp, and on your right hand side you're going to have a sound wall, and up above you you are going to have a ceiling electric field. If you move to your left one square, and up above you you will have another ceiling electric field, and if you move forward one square to this part of the ramp, then you will have another ceiling electric field there as well. There's no point placing any structures along in here, because in some waves you will get spawn points around this section and they will just take them all out. So there's no need to place any structures, or no point to place any wall structures there. So from this point then, if you then walk up here, now you will not be able to place a piece up here, unfortunately, so you will need to leave that one blank. But as you get to the top of this natural ramp here, to this spot, then you will have a wooden floor spikes on the floor. You will have a sound wall to your right, a wall launcher straight ahead, and up above you will have a ceiling electric field. So from this point then, if you turn now and face the east and move forward one square, and you will have a wooden floor spikes on the floor. You will have a broadside then on the left, a wall launcher straight ahead, and you will have a ceiling electric field up above. And from this point then, if you turn now to face the south and move forward one square, and you will have a wooden floor spikes on the floor. You will have some wall lights now on the left hand side, and a sound wall on the right, and up above you will have a ceiling electric field. From this point, move forward one more square, and you are going to have a tar pit on the floor. You'll have a wall launcher on the left, and a ceiling electric field up above. Now I'm going to leave this lot until the other video, because this lot over here is mainly for the other spawns. So from this point, if you then turn to your right and walk forward one square, now you're going to have a tar pit on the floor. You will have a sound wall to your right, a ceiling electric field up above, and to your left you will have a edited wall on the right hand side like that, and that will cover this section. Now if you walk forward one more square here, and you will have wooden floor spikes on the floor, and to get out of the camera there, to your right and in front of you and to the left you will have broadsides. Now it is I have left the ceiling open on this one because there is sometimes, if I'll just get up here just so I can show you. I did go through some builds on this for the other amplifier. You can sometimes get husks coming through these builds and over to this point, and smashers generally would just sort of stand here and end up despawning. But if they do actually get up through this direction for this amplifier, then I have left this open here, because when they do get to this point they normally would just fall down here and start working their way through our tunnels this way. So that is why that square is left open. So if we come back a square now, and if we then move to our left, and we will have a wooden floor spikes on the floor, we will have a wall launcher behind us, and on the ceiling will be a ceiling electric field, and to our left will be a edited wall on the right hand side. If you then move forward another square, and you will have a wooden floor spikes on the floor, and you will have broadsides on your left and in front and on your right, and a ceiling electric field up above, and this will do massive damage to them. So if you come back a square now and left a square to here, now at this one you are going to have a floor launcher, and on your left hand side you will have your edited wall, and then when you move forward it is going to be identical to the previous one. You will have wooden floor spikes on the floor, you will have a ceiling electric field up above, and to your left, in front and to your right will all be broadsides, so that will cover those. Now this one here, this does slightly change the design now. So because we've got floor launcher here, we will actually have a ceiling edited cone here into a ramp, which will be sending them into this box over here. But I'm going to go through the actual box when we get to the other designs, because it kind of ties in and links with those. Now, just to make sure that nothing can actually get flung accidentally onto the top of our builds, you will need to place a wall up there and just edit it into a triangle shape, and that will fill that in there. So from this point here, if you move left one square again, and you will have another floor launcher on the floor. On your left hand side will be another edited wall on the right, and this then will be a plain wall. You won't need to put anything on this one, that's fine, but you will have another edited pyramid or backward stairs there to fling them into the box behind us. And on this wall directly behind you will be a sound wall, and on your right hand side you will have the edited wall there. Make sure you do the same up here. Place in a corner piece up there, exactly the same as that one, just to make sure that nothing does get flung up onto the tops. And yeah, I'm gonna leave that section until we go round over there. So once they are done, the only other thing that you will need to do on this wall here, place a wall on this, and place a ceiling with a ceiling electric field on there, and that will cover all of that. So that will cover pretty much everything from this direction. It is pretty straightforward and basic for these defenses. The other direction from the east is a lot more complicated, but we'll go into that in the next video. So yes, so that is going to be all of your builds then for your east amplifier from the north spawns. So I hope this does help you out. If it does, don't forget to drop a like down below, smash that subscribe before you go, and if you turn on the notification bell, then you will always get updated of all my content when it comes out. If you do buy anything from the Fortnite store, please consider using code RiverFox, as it will help me out a great deal. And don't forget to check the playlist in the description. It will cover all of the other builds for the different amplifiers that I have set. So I hope you enjoy, and until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.